Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. Ever since Raila Odinga announced that he wanted to try his bid to occupy the seat that will soon be left vacant, the African Union Commission chairmanship, after Musa Faki, there has been a lot of speculations concerning two things. Raila has been occupying two seats. One, he is the de facto leader of the Luo community. And number two, he is the ODM party leader. Now, ODM is not a Luo affair. It's a party that is supported by people from all walks of life, from Nyanza to Western to the coast, Eastern, and even Central. So while Raila announced that he was going to go for the big seat, people have been asking, what next? Fear of the unknown. Then we had people like ODM chairperson Mbadi telling the people that there is no cause for worry. In fact, all the leaders have been telling them to stay calm, and they were saying that even if Raila will not be there, the party is about its ideologies. Then Raila did not take long, and he unveiled the two party leaders, Ali Hassan Joho and Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. And Raila made it very clear that in his absence, should he win the chairperson's seat, then these are the people who will guide the party, of course with consultation, because he said he would be there as a de facto leader. But then after that announcement, there have been a lot of twists and turns. Because one person whose name has been featuring all along is the fate of Babu Owino. There is this kind of agreement that Babu Owino should try and fit into Raila's shoes. Of course, that is debatable. I want you to listen to this speech here that Babu Owino gave concerning the takeover after Raila Amolo Odinga.
It is time also for Baba. It's been time for us. And if Baba is being sent to African Union Commission as the chairperson, then we need to really pray for him and appreciate the fact that he should represent us at the level in higher echelons. Remember, Baba is going to be the chairperson of President Ruto. So he's going to be above Ruto. So I think the way Honorable Mukunji has put it is really making a lot of sense, and it is time for generational change. We are not going to leave these positions for any person. We are going to put an age limit. We are going to put an age limit, and if you pass that age, you will just be a voting machine. You will be voting for us, but you will not be taking these seats, because we've noticed and we've realized that the people who are above our age, way above our age, they don't want to see us rise, both in Kenya Kwanza and also in Azimio. And we will ensure that if we are not on the table, as we always say, we will always break that table. We are not going to negotiate with people. Number one, ambition is a very good thing, and too much ambition destroyeth a man. However, too little takes him nowhere. So you must either way be ambitious. So as leaders, I said everything boils down to leadership. As leaders, we don't want even seamless transition. We are going to take these positions. We want it even to be chaotic. We just want to take it, because the Bible says that the kingdom of God suffers violence. What about the kingdom of Satan here? What do you want to suffer? Yes, we will work within the ambit of the law. Yes.
And Babu said there, over ambition kills a man and too little takes him nowhere. I think he's quoting from the book, for those who have read The Burdens. I think he was quoting The Burdens. Now that speech tells you that Babu Owino has only been held back all these years because of his respect for Raila Odinga. And it seems that in the absence of Raila, Babu Owino feels that it is now time for the young leaders to take over. This is not the first time. We have had this before. Now, hold it there, because someone came up with this kind of voting, I think it was either in social media or something. The question was very simple. Who do you prefer to lead the ODM party in the absence of Baba? There was Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Ali Hassan Joho, of course the two, because they were the ones who Raila had recommended. And then there was Babu Owino, Opio, and I was the fourth one. Now, according to this poll, they're saying that Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya got 22%, Ali 17%, Babu Owino 53%, and Opio and I 8%. Going by this, they kind of declared that it is Babu Owino. And then there was this newspaper that was saying Wanjigi quotes Oparanya for 2027 running mate. You can see the trajectory this is taking, because as I said, all these are a lot of speculation, but all the vector points out to one thing, that there is going to be fierce competition within the ODM. And then today, Ledama Lekina posted something. They were together there with this group here with Babu Owino. And Ledama said something that I want us to. Ledama is saying, ni sisi tumemaliza mkutano, chama iko imara. And then of course that is Ledama Lekina, Ali Hassan Joho, Babu Owino, and Junet Mohammed, the Suna East Member of Parliament. Now, I want you to look at it this way. If you look at Ledama Lekina, Joho, Junet, and Babu, you will realize that there is something. You look at their age, and then these are people who have not been so much, they have worked with Raila Odinga. But if you compare, for example, Joho, who is a party leader, and Oparanya has been there after the 2022 elections. Joho had been a bit quiet and passive. And remember, there was a time when it was speculated that even Junet has not been there. There were a lot of speculations that he messed the party. You know all this. And then sometimes back we heard that there are forces within the ODM that had written a show cause letter to Junet Mohammed asking why he should not be punished for not attending ODM affairs. So this group is that group that they've been following Baba, but it is like they've been following from a distance compared to the maybe Wycliffe Oparanya, Edwin Sifuna, John Mbadi. So already you realize that these are two different camps, and for them to come together and post it for us, the message from Ledama is very clear. Ni sisi. What does that mean? Ni sisi. It is we who are here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm telling you that this camp, there are going to be two camps within the ODM, or more other camps that are going to be created, because people are fighting for leadership who will inherit Raila's party and who will inherit the Luo community. If you look at the Luo community, people have been giving the name of Babu Owino, and of course sometimes back Ida said that John Mbadi can take over. Of course, she was in a meeting that was very friendly to Mbadi. And then Oburu Dingo's, the brother to Raila, had also speculated that maybe it is the minority leader of Pio and I. But if you look at all of this, Babu's name features. You come back to the ODM as a party, Babu Owino's name features. In this video, I want us to look at what people consider to be to be paramount as they look for someone to fill or steps into Raila's shoes. Because whether we like it or not, sooner or later, Raila will be completely out of active politics. If he is elected, or by virtue of age, if he so decides that now I want to hang boots and I want to call it quits. This is a reality that we have to accept. And if you listen to Babu Owino, Babu was saying that with this problem is not only in Azimio, but also in Kenya Kwanza. And that one, I think, is going to people like Gachagua. What are some of the things that these people will be looking at? Because the taking over or inheritance is like spiritual. It is not forced on anyone. I've heard people telling Raila that please organize, tupange kwanza kabla hujaenda. But you listen to Babu is saying we don't even need seamless kind of transition. We just want to take it. And people love that spirit. So what are some of these things? Number one, people will be looking at age. Because when you look at ODM, you will agree with me that there are politicians who will retire with Raila Odinga after 2027. These are people who have worked with Raila, they have worked with the people, they have worked for the party, and you cannot take it away from them. They have helped the party, they have built it to where it is, supporting Raila. People like the governor of Kisumu, Governor Nyong'o. You look at Governor Orengo. These are people who have worked with Raila from ages. And so you look at their age, of course, they're still very strong, but in the spirit of transition, you'll realize that people will be, these are street politics. I talk to people out there, and I'm reporting to what they say, that they will be looking at age. People like Orengo will be going, they will be retiring with Baba once they do their 2 terms. If at all, because Nyong'o is now doing his last term, Orengo might want to do another term. So these are people who might just want to retire them, and that is why people like Babu Owino, Joho, Ledama, these are young tags. And that's why Babu is saying we will be there no matter what. So they will be looking at age, and age favors people like Babu Owino, even Opio and I, it favors them. But people will be looking at that, and this is why Babu Owino is being considered. Number 2, people are looking at someone who is tough. You know, there's this general acceptance that Raila was tough. He was able to point at issues without being intimidated, without fear. He would tell the government when things are going wrong, even when people are intimidated, when all the people coil their tails. Raila would do that. When people look at Babu Owino, when people look at Joho, when you look at Ledama Lakina, don't you think they fit this? Of course they do. And so people will be looking at someone who is not passive. They want someone who is active because they have been used to Raila for over 30 years. Over 40 years just doing this kind of, controversial politics where when the government wants to ride on people, then Raila will tell them, stop. It cannot work that way. So Babu Owino, Joho, and this team, you realize that they fit too well. And of course, I know there are many other leaders. Oparanya will tell you of. They are also very tough. But if you look at these people, they fit into that category. You've seen Joho. Joho anasema, kama mbaya, mbaya. And Babu says, we even want it to be chaotic. So they were looking at someone who is tough to fit into Raila's shoes. It is for the people to decide. Number 3, unity. Unity of the people of Luo, if at all they're looking at Luo community, and unity of the ODM as a party. You know, Raila had got this charisma of bringing more people into the party, people who don't even belong to his tribesmen. Because if you look at Ledama is Masai, Joho is a Mijikenda from the coast, Junet is a Somali, of course, together with from the Somali community, but he's been accommodated in Nula. So the unity that will go beyond tribe, unity that will attract people who are not of the same tribe is needed here. And it's only with the time. Because when you look at, I believe Oparanya is accepted across the board, if you ask me. I believe Joho is accepted across the board. Of course, Ledama and Babu. And with the time, people will be looking at, if we give you this position, are you able to unite people, to attract, or you are this kind of a person who will be scattering? And I think that will be very, very much important. When you talk of being tough, there is also this notion that you are one person who cannot be both. Because I hear people say that there are people who are being scrutinized with a fine-tooth comb. If you give them, of course, politics is about perception. And there are people who have been perceived to be very weak. So the ODM fraternity we'll be looking at someone who cannot be bought by the Kenya Kwanza team. You know that Ruto has got this penchant of trying to compromise leaders in the name of development. He started that immediately he was sworn in as the president of Kenya. So we don't need leaders. So the ODM fraternity does not need a leader who will take the party and go with it to Kenya Kwanza. You saw what happened during ODM Kenya and ODM when someone almost ran away with the certificate, and you know the story behind Babu na Mwamba, when it said that Ruto used him and he wanted to become the Secretary General so that he was loyal to William Ruto. Of course, William Ruto started infiltrating ODM long time ago, the men in black thing in Kasarani. So they are looking at that. And of course, there is this loyalty to the party and Raila Odinga. Raila would want someone who has been very loyal. If you look at these people here, all of them have been loyal. And of course, I'm using this as a reference because they are the only team that has come up and said that they are teaming up. Maybe people like Oparanya and Jimmy Wanjigi, if I thought that is true, the Sifunas and all those, they have also been very loyal to the party. They have been very loyal to Raila Odinga. And it's upon the people to decide who they will accept as their leader. Because the truth is, once Raila relinquishes this position, it will be up to the people. Because like Babu Owino feels that he's only been quiet because of Raila. But if Raila will not be there, they will have to fight for their positions. But I want to say this. Let people fight for these positions without any violence. Of course, Babu Owino says that it must be, they even want it to be violent. But if there will be no violence, we really want people to fight for this. The people themselves will decide who they want to lead them. Of course, Raila will guide, as he has already said, that these are the men he wants to lead the party. I don't know why the people of the Kenya Kwanza team have also been saying that Winnie Odinga must be there, but we will wait and see. With all the considerations that I've given you, Babu Owino fits in, this team fits in, but we are not leaving any other team outside. This is the dilemma that Raila finds himself in. What is your opinion on Babu's take of inheritance? And do you support him? Because his name was not featured there, but he now says they will not wait for anybody. Once Raila is gone or Raila goes ahead to become the AU chair, they will take over. Please share with me in the comment section.